Welcome to our show, Middle East Briefing. Today, we dive into the insights of football legend Dwight Yorke, who shares his vision for Hong Kong's football future. He emphasizes the need for investing in youth and qualified coaching, highlighting the vital role of the Jockey Club Youth Football League in nurturing talent. With a hopeful eye on the 2026 World Cup, Yorke believes Hong Kong has the potential to shine on the international stage. In a shocking turn of events, Palestinian activist Mohsen Madawi was arrested by ICE agents during a citizenship interview in Vermont. His lawyers argue that this arrest is a direct retaliation for his vocal advocacy on behalf of Palestinian rights. As Madawi's case raises alarms about the treatment of activists, lawmakers are calling for his immediate release and due process, spotlighting the ongoing tensions surrounding immigration and free speech in the U.S. Lastly, Harvard University is making headlines for rejecting demands from the Trump administration, risking nearly $9 billion in federal funding. The university's leadership insists that these demands infringe on their constitutional rights and academic freedom. This bold stance comes amid rising concerns over anti-Semitism on campuses, contrasting sharply with other institutions that have complied with similar demands. Stay tuned for more details on these pressing issues. South China Morning Post reports on the insights of Dwight Yorke, the legendary Manchester United player and captain of Trinidad and Tobago's historic 2006 World Cup team. Yorke emphasizes the importance of investing in youth football to elevate a country's international standing, particularly in regions like Hong Kong, which recently climbed to 153rd in FIFA rankings with a population of over 7 million. He believes that a strong senior team inspires youth, but this requires qualified coaches, which Hong Kong is beginning to cultivate with nearly 1,500 trained coaches. During his visit to Tsoi Wing Sing Primary School, Yorke praised the collaboration between Manchester United and local initiatives aimed at nurturing young talent, expressing hope for his national team's future in upcoming World Cup qualifiers. In a troubling turn of events, South China Morning Post highlights the arrest of Mohsen Madawi, a Palestinian activist and Columbia University student, during what was supposed to be his citizenship interview in Vermont. Madawi, who has been a vocal critic of Israel's military actions in Gaza, was detained by ICE agents, raising concerns about the targeting of activists under the Trump administration. His lawyers argue that this detention is a violation of his constitutional rights and an attempt to silence dissent against U.S. foreign policy. Vermont's congressional delegation has condemned the arrest, calling it immoral and demanding due process for Madawi, who fears deportation to a dangerous situation in the West Bank. The Independent details the alarming circumstances surrounding Madawi's arrest, which occurred as he arrived for his citizenship interview, only to be taken away by hooded federal agents. His case is part of a broader trend of targeting student activists involved in Palestinian advocacy, particularly under the Trump administration's crackdown on dissent. Madawi's attorneys have filed a petition for his release, asserting that his detention is unconstitutional and politically motivated. They express fears for his safety if he is deported, as he has been vocal about advocating for Palestinian rights and nonviolence. This situation echoes the recent case of another activist, Mahmoud Khalil, who also faces deportation for similar reasons, highlighting the precarious position of activists in the current political climate. Nikkei Asia reports that a group of Chinese students has taken legal action against the U.S. government, claiming their student visas were revoked without due process, violating constitutional rights. The plaintiffs, Zhuar Chen, Meng Qingyu, Jiarong Ouyang, and Gishigua, have resided in the U.S. for over 8 years and have no criminal records. They argue that the cancellations were arbitrary, particularly highlighting the case of Ouyang, whose visa was terminated due to dismissed charges from a domestic dispute he was never convicted of. The lawsuit seeks to restore their immigration status and that of other law-abiding international students, amidst a broader trend of visa revocations affecting foreign students across the country. BBC highlights the case of Mohsen Madawi, a pro-Palestinian activist and Columbia University student, who was arrested by immigration officials during his citizenship interview. His lawyer claims his detention is a retaliatory action for his outspoken advocacy against the Israel-Gaza conflict. Madawi, who has been a vocal critic of Israel's military operations, faces an uncertain future as his legal team seeks a temporary restraining order to prevent his deportation. This incident reflects a growing trend of immigration crackdowns targeting students involved in political activism, with other students like Mahmoud Khalil also facing detention under similar circumstances. Nikkei Asia also covers Harvard University's defiance against the Trump administration's demands, which threaten nearly $9 billion in federal funding. The administration's requests include implementing merit-based policies and an audit of the university's diversity perspectives, as well as sanctions against student groups perceived as endorsing violence. Harvard's president, Alan Garber, argues that these demands infringe on the university's First Amendment rights and autonomy. The situation has sparked significant backlash, with alumni calling for legal action against the administration's overreach. Critics, including Senator Chuck Schumer, support Harvard's stance, while some lawmakers advocate for defunding the institution, labeling it as a symbol of moral decline in higher education. Yahoo US reports that Hailee Steinfeld turned heads at the Sinners European premiere in London, donning a stunning sheer black flame dress that showcased her daring fashion sense. The outfit featured a butt-bearing mesh skirt, dramatic opera gloves, and intricate flame illustrations that paid homage to the film. As she posed alongside co-star Michael B. Jordan, her look was a departure from her usual style, embodying a fiery essence that captivated onlookers. Despite her fiancé Josh Allen's absence at the event, Steinfeld's radiant engagement ring was still visible, adding a touch of sparkle to her ensemble. With her hair styled sleek and her makeup echoing the fiery theme, Steinfeld was undoubtedly a standout on the red carpet. BBC highlights a pressing situation in South Uist, Scotland, where local Transport Secretary Fiona Hislop is set to attend a crisis meeting regarding ongoing disruptions to ferry services. The island, which relies heavily on ferry transport to the mainland, is currently facing significant challenges due to a vessel shortage and operational issues that have plagued the state-owned ferry operator CalMac. With the MV Lord of the Isles undergoing maintenance and a replacement vessel restricted to carrying only 45 passengers, local businesses are suffering from unreliable transport links. John Daniel Peterana from the South Uist Business Group expressed concerns over the negative impact on the local economy, particularly in sectors like seafood and tourism. The meeting aims to address these issues and seek solutions to improve ferry services and infrastructure. South China Morning Post reports that Harvard University has taken a bold stance against demands from the Trump administration aimed at addressing campus anti-Semitism, risking up to $9 billion in federal funding. President Alan Garber firmly rejected the government's requests for changes in governance, hiring practices, and admissions procedures, asserting the university's commitment to its independence and constitutional rights. The administration's demands follow a wave of student protests related to Israel's actions in Gaza, which have drawn accusations of anti-Semitism from Republican leaders. Unlike Columbia University, which complied with some government requests, Harvard's refusal has sparked a heated debate over academic freedom and the role of government in regulating higher education. Garber emphasized that no administration should dictate the academic pursuits of private universities, highlighting the ongoing tension between educational institutions and political pressures. Australian Broadcasting Corporation. In 2013, journalist Peter Grest was arrested in Egypt while covering the aftermath of the Arab Spring for Al Jazeera, facing terrorism charges linked to the Muslim Brotherhood. After enduring 400 days in prison, Grest's harrowing experience has been adapted into a film titled The Correspondent, which stars Richard Roxburgh and is based on Grest's memoir, The First Casualty. The film poignantly captures the surreal and oppressive nature of Grest's confinement and trial, with Roxburgh emphasizing the importance of immersing the audience in Grest's emotional turmoil. Grest collaborated closely with the filmmakers, even lending his iconic Akubra hat used during his arrest, symbolizing his journey. Director Kriv Stenders aimed for authenticity, utilizing Sydney's diverse Middle Eastern diaspora for casting and shooting in locations that evoke the essence of Egypt. The film also addresses the broader threats to journalism, highlighting the alarming rise in attacks on media workers, especially in conflict zones. Grest reflects on the eerie relevance of his story today, as the ongoing struggles for press freedom mirror challenges faced by the arts, stressing the vital role of both journalism and artistic expression in fostering dialogue and challenging censorship. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
fight, cradles burn like a night. Through the storm, neon green, economic power, ruthless steam, contract sign, trails deep, backroom deals, falls asleep, right bombs echo, breach insatiable cry. In this mental wasteland, dreams die. Like a sweat, endless night, stomach surge, shadows bled, rise of empires nowhere, dragons roll, blood and steel, screams unheard, prophets real, immortals cold, forms to slay, workers fate in the shade, curtain war, silent fight, cradles burn like a night. Through the storm, neon green, economic power, through the sea, currency war, silent fight, cradles burn like a night. Through the storm, neon green, workers fate in the shade. Currency war, silent fight, cradles burn like a night. Through the smog, neon green, economic power, ruthless steam. Contract sign, betrayals deep, backroom deals, bones asleep, night bombs echo, bleeds insatiable cry. In this mental wasteland, dreams die. Contract sign, trails deep, backroom deals, vulture sleep, night bombs echo, bleeds insatiable cry. In this mental wasteland, trees die. Isaac sees, ancient law, future built, unpaid and more.